Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Hi, guys.
Good evening, idiots.
Oh, it's us. We're better than you.
And we're back.
Mel and Storm. It's quality over quantity, and that's why we haven't been on the airwaves for a while.
Exactly. We've had a few other excuses. Been very, very busy doing a fringe show, which is what we're bringing you tonight. Excitingly, it's called Horny for Feminism.
And God, I'm sliding off my chair with the feminism in this room.
Absolutely.
So this show was live recorded. It was over 3 nights.
And this is the last night, which is the deciding night over 3 nights of us competing over who is the better feminist.
Me or Storm. You'll never know.
Well, unless you listen to the episode.
Actually, at the end, you find out there was something on the line, and that was well, you know what? Listen and find out what's at stake. However, one thing we want to clarify is what we're wearing. Storm's wearing a gorgeous red suit with an actual baby.
Not an actual baby.
Oh, sorry. An actual toy baby.
Yeah, an actual toy baby.
Sticky taped to her nipple with his face cut off, but it's fontanelle intact, and I'm wearing...
Mel was dressed up as a judge, and then at some point she sort of like unveiled herself to be wearing a beautiful sequin dress that had ACAB written all over it.
And if you don't know what that means, where have you been?
You look it up.
But
anyway, I hope you enjoy the show as much as we enjoyed making it. And we will be back soon making regular podcasts because we have really missed you.
We miss you so much is what I would say if I could feel emotion.
Wasn't all for that Lexapro.
Oh, God.
Okay, anyway,
Clitoris,
bye.
are you there? It's me, Margaret. Warning. This podcast contains strong language,
drug references,
excessive and overbearing feminism,
white girl problems,
and probably something about sex.
Sorry. What could go wrong?
Big clit energy.
Something that has to warm up before you use it, sir.
How about your wife?
Only a slang term that means wife. Bitch. Oh.
Why not drink more?
Well, I guess you can't win the show then. If I don't get a hug and a kiss. Yeah. You hear that?
If he doesn't feel well, why doesn't he go to a hospital and stop spreading his...
Because maybe the nurse would look like you.
Well, I'm in young girls' pants.
Name a place on your body that a doctor might look in with a little flashlight.
Australians have equal rights to vote, equal rights to sit in the parliament, and equal rights to serve. Doesn't she have pretty nipples, pretty dimples there?
Driving naked. The cops pull you over. What do you hope they don't ask you to do?
Sex.
I'll see you later.
All right, then, just go carefully.
You should choose more appropriate clothes or shed some pounds. I'm sorry.
Poor over here, who's never been married, never had children, never...
Sorry, I almost tripped over my privilege. People of Perth, you are looking at rock bottom. I didn't ask. Welcome to the biggest, wettest, hottest mess you're likely to have wasted $25 on. What started as a pair of competitive morons diligently reporting on their quest to remain yes women has now turned into this deplorable game show. You may have noticed in the past that game shows haven't exactly been kind to women. So it occurred to us, if anyone's going to make a fool out of us idiots, it's going to be us idiots. Please welcome to the stage our favourite stay-at-home daughter and our resident Straighty 180, Ms. Storm Winers. Hello, darling.
Hi, darling.
What did you come as?
Well, thank you for asking. Look, Mel and I decided to, make a big deal of the occasion. We wanted to dress up as something feminist, something inspirational but not judgmental, which is actually quite difficult. So I've come as Jacinda Ardern, breastfeeding in a Zoom meeting. Thank you.
Well, just because nothing screams feminism like pitting two women against each other, I give you Storm's podcast partner in crime, her adversary, her opponent, and due to a formidable amount of Botox, her now immortal nemesis. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Mel Primus. Mel, I didn't pick you as a fan of the American judiciary system.
This old thing. Feminism.
Looks like someone rocked up on their high horse. How is the weather up there, Mel?
Yes, cloudy with a chance of consequences.
Excellent. Storm, would you please explain to us who you're playing for tonight? Which charity?
I am playing for a charity called Share the Dignity, which Share the Dignity aims to eradicate period poverty, both here in Australia and also abroad. Period poverty, which is very difficult to say, I'm going to be honest, means that a lot of girls, they don't go to school, they drop out of school, women don't go to work, they get fired from their jobs, and God damn it, it's hard enough to menstruate without that sort of shit. So they get tampons and sanitary products to people that need them. And I did a bit of research before the show, and it turns out the average menstruator in Australia will spend almost 10 grand on products a year and will bleed for 6.5 years of their life.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Which is just further proof to me that Mother Nature is not a fucking woman, is she?
No. What a cunt.
And Mel... Mel, what lucky charity will be reaping the rewards of your infinite knowledge?
Tonight I'm playing for Black Rainbow. It's an LGBTIQ plus grassroots Indigenous organisation that works on raising money for, I guess, a lot of disenfranchised and disempowered youth in Australia. And one of the things that when I win, will be donating my money towards is a program where they get people that may be going through a domestic violence situation, a burner phone, a phone that, because it's really hard when someone's checking your messages if you're trying to get out of a difficult situation. So it provides, with the help of Telstra, some prepaid phones.
Isn't she marvellous?
Thanks. Thanks, capitalism.
Excellent. Well, here's how the game works. Okay. Rock bottom will spin our fabulous wheel over here, which will land on one of 12 challenges, through which Mel and Storm will compete against each other in order to donate to a charity of their choice. If the wheel lands on the dollar sign, we must all contribute $5 to the charity bowl in front of me here. There's a little bit of stripping and drinking in between because feminism. Storm, would you please explain what's at stake for the loser?
Well, as everyone might know, we're on game 3 now On game one, we discovered that our lovely producer, Mouth, who's now in the band. Say hi to Mouth, everyone. Oh, she's in a good mood. That's nice.
She's a real little bee, so this is rare.
So look, it was a bit of a misstep to put our trust in Mouth to choose the dare that we would get. But she has chosen that we will stand outside Yagan Square next Saturday.
If we lose.
Yeah, the loser, obviously, with a sandwich board that says, "I don't know very much about feminism. Can you please teach me?"
That's rough.
Yeah. Yes, kill me.
The shame. Well, I think to get things warmed up, should we start with a round of herstory?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yes. This guy said yes.
Thanks very much, guys.
All right.
Okay, herstory will be a series of questions regarding various female-orientated topics and famous feats of feminism. Both contestants will be given a chance to answer as best they can. Are you ready, girls?
If you stay ready, Jill, you don't have to get ready, so... Sorry. I'm so drunk, but this is Ural. This is Ural. I can prove it.
She's been drunk since last night, so she really takes that motto seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1. Name one country out of 6 where you can still be arrested for possessing a vibrator.
Hello?
Yes, Mel.
Australia.
Were you going to tell us the 6 though?
No, you've got to pick.
One can. Oh, okay.
Well,
I have 6.
I chose. Well, can you?
Mel, you're wrong, unsurprisingly.
Okay. All right.
It's hot.
Yes, Storm.
I'm going to say Iran.
No, not on the list. Sorry.
Hello?
Yes, Mel.
Oh no, wait. That's not real. It's from Aladdin.
We are currently accepting real geographical places.
So not Agrabah. Okay.
Do you know what? I'll give you that. Agrabah. Yeah.
Agrabah, thank you.
I feel like
You
they
heard
would.
it. Thank you. Sorry.
Could you tell us what they were?
Yes, so the 6 are the Maldives, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia and India.
And what? India?
India.
Oh.
So, watch what you pack.
Oh, no, I get it.
I said then you wouldn't be able to get it in the...
1 point to rock bottom, please.
Oh, my God, when men speak.
That's right. Quiet, you. Unbelievably, in just 1998, the state of Alabama criminalised the use of sexual stimulation devices in an act called the Anti-Obscenity Act. First-time offenders would face a $10,000 fine and a year in jail. That's an expensive wank.
Yeah, I'm always saying that.
It always is. Question number 3. In the book of Genesis, it says Adam shared the Garden of Eden with a woman before Eve, and both were created from the same clay. Adam and his first wife eventually broke up before he received Eve as a gift. What was the name of Adam's first wife? And double points if you can tell me why they broke up.
Hello?
Yes, Mel.
Okay, so if you are an avid fan of the Aaliyah film Queen of the Damned, which is a sequel to Interview with a Vampire, is it Lilith?
It is!
Feminism. And they broke up. She passed away. It was really sad. I know.
That's 1 point for Mel.
Thank you. Cool. You shouldn't have clapped. If you clapped, that's fucked. This is about feminism.
I'm very impressed, Mel.
Wow,
I was a very big goth.
Not as impressed anymore then.
I take that back. So her name was Lilith, and she refused to be subordinate to Adam and lie beneath him during sex, as she argued that they were equals made from the same clay. The two of them couldn't agree on that, and in what can only be described as a feminist outrage, she spoke the true name of God, was banished, grew wings, and flew off into the night to become a baby-eating vampire demon.
Same.
Since then...
So she wanted reverse cowgirl from Adam and didn't get it.
Plot twist, it's Mel.
No. I'm far too lazy. Are you kidding me? No. Lights off, shirts on, no talking.
Since then, she has been widely referenced in pop culture, appearing in countless books, movies, and TV shows as a sexual demon, a vampire, a succubus, and, of course, a feminine icon.
Was she also in Frasier as his ex-wife?
Oh my, I'm going to give you a point for that because a little known fact is that she was named after Lilith.
Get the fuck out! No, I could name heaps of Liliths. All the goths I used to hang out with in Forest Chase named their daughters Lilith. It's true. I had 4 of them.
GPO babies.
Okay, question number 4. Who was the first openly transgender woman to win an Emmy?
Hello?
Yes, Mel.
She's in Orange is the New Black.
She is.
Laverne Cox.
You've got it. You're correct.
She is stunning.
It is indeed Laverne Cox. In 2015, Cox won a Daytime Emmy Award in Outstanding Special Class Special as executive producer for Laverne Cox Presents the T-Word. Check it out. Give it up for Laverne.
And that's an award that says special in it twice.
Yes, don't you wish you won that?
I really do.
Would you believe she's not an only child? Okay, final question. Historically, the making of what kind of alcoholic drink was the domain of women?
It's hot.
Yes, Storm.
Beer?
Yes!
Yes!
What? Yes. You are indeed correct. It is beer making. Beer making may have a reputation as a boys' club, but for generations it was dominated by alewives, or female beer brewers. At the time, beer was often associated with female iconography. The ancient Egyptians, Baltic, Slavic and Finnish civilizations all worshipped beer goddesses.
There you go.
Oh my
Very
God.
good.
Beer goddesses. That was Storm's name in prison.
I've got this little creature suckling off me right now.
She's on the kegger. This is little Fontanelle, by the way.
Isn't that the name of the soft patch on there?
Yes, but she pats it directly on the Fontanelle.
I didn't realise that was bad until Mel told me.
I know. And your mum didn't either, darling.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Shots fucking fired.
Well, that concludes our round of herstory. So, Rock, would you, darling, please take us around the world? Oh, excellent. Okay. For this game, I will read the both of you 2 pickup lines, which then will be rejected in hopefully the girls' best efforts possible. And then after that, I'm going to let the audience decide who did the best job.
Like the most savage or the most clever?
It's up to them, Mel.
I've never been hit on. Okay.
Okay, the first one is...
Okay. Wait, who? Me or her?
I'm missing it, but I think I've got this.
Okay, just...
What, you've lost them, but you just know them off by
I've
heart?
only got one.
Oh, you disgusting.
Okay. The first one is, I'm not into watching sunsets, but I'd love to see you go down. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll do it.
Off you go, Storm.
Okay, so I would just like to firstly say, what kind of sick fuck doesn't like sunsets? You ungrateful Western Australian piece of shit. I am going to make you listen to Powderfinger's Sunsets over the beaches on repeat. Oh, my baby was talking. On repeat until your fucking ears bleed.
Thanks very much.
Fuck! That was really savage.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you say it again one more time? Again, this has never happened.
I'm not into sunsets, but I would love to see you go down, Mel.
Okay, well, I would love to see a world where Tori Spelling's memoir, Storytelling, gets the accolades it deserves for that title, but you don't see me sexually harassing people about it.
That's very good.
Is that actually what it's called? Yeah, Tori Spelling's memoir is called Storytelling. That's amazing. Look it up. Icon.
All right, please give it up for Storm if you think she should win this point.
Harder figure.
And let's hear it for Mel if you think she should win this point. Oh, shit,
Fair
Storm.
Okay,
one for Mel.
Oh, I don't know. The only time I will ever dress for a man is the day I die in my coffin dressed for Jesus. Hell, slutty. Has nothing to do with anything, sorry.
Okay. Pick up line number 2.
Oh.
Hey, baby. I feel like I should start with that. Roses are red, violets are blue. I like spaghetti. Let's go screw.
Hello?
Well,
yes, Mel, you can go first.
Thanks. It's just that violets are not blue. The colour is in their name.
That's true.
And
That's very
The clue is in the title.
also, I'm a lesbian. It rhymes.
Not bad. It was a stretch.
Sorry that you don't get poetry.
Storm, what have you got for us?
Roses are red, you are fucked. I hate myself, but not that much.
I'm not going to waste anyone's time
Cut
here. I might
the
give that one to
middleman.
Storm. Give that one to Storm. Oh, it's close. There's a lot at stake.
Oh dear.
Go on, take these spinsters for a spin. Clipfire.
What's that?
Well, I'll tell you, Mel.
Okay. I know.
Good point. Each contestant will choose someone from the audience and will have 1 minute on the clock for them to get as many correct answers from their counterpart as possible by describing what is on their card without explicitly saying. Off you go.
We choose them. Can you put your hand up if you want to be my person? Because I don't know what.
Rock, you can go out and get them if you want.
Rex, I'm shy.
Your time.
Hair.
Let me know when you're ready, Mel.
I don't know. So I just describe it and they have to guess it.
Mel, we've done this 2 times.
Yeah, but okay, you're right.
Your
I'm
time
acting.
starts now.
Okay, it's the size of breasts. Oh my God! What the
Wow.
fuck? It's like a thin passageway that's. All right, it's a thin passageway and sperm can go up it, and at the end there's a surprise. It's an egg. Yes! Oh my God! I didn't show him that. It's the wage gap in Western Australia.
Fuckery.
Exactly. Point. So you don't have to like be with this person to produce a baby with them. They can just blow their beans in a tube and up.
Sperm banks.
Close.
Donut.
Yes! Oh my God. It's who Storm has tried to come as tonight. And she's the Prime Minister of New Zealand. Yeah, cool. Men say this doesn't exist. But it does.
The clitoris.
Oh my God, rude. Yeah, no. Okay, it's more further up, and I think in a man it's in his bum. Can you confirm?
Oh, G-spot.
Yes! All right.
Mel, you're out of time.
Well, good, because my person killed it.
All right, Storm, are you ready? Your time starts Soon.
Yeah,
Give her a break. She's not in the food court, Jill.
got a lot on my plate.
Now.
Okay, all right. So was jailed in Bali for marijuana. Has a great Instagram.
She's South African. You have to really listen.
God. All right. So when you're a guy and you're on the train and you make shut the fuck up and you put your legs for yes, bitch. All right. Something Mel has heaps of, so her face doesn't move anymore. Yeah, thank you.
Fuck you.
All right. All right. Female condom for when you go down on a girl is called a similar to teeth. Yeah, and a lake. And a lake, you put your finger in it. Oh, God, fuck this. All right. Okay, you're not doing very well. Do you want to swap?
Yeah, go.
Go.
I'll allow it. You have 10 seconds.
Feminists, but not good ones. They don't like.
Oh, okay, yeah. A swerve.
Woo!
Most people get it. I think Michael Douglas got throat cancer from it.
Sorry.
What? Smoking?
No, if you go down on people from there, otherwise it's just
Storm, you've got it. Sorry, that was
it's an acronym and then
I just need to hear this out. I know we're out of time.
Your time is up, but I'll allow this question to finish.
Oh, the HPV. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Michael Douglas. Oh.
Michael Douglas, he's got it bad.
You're right. I think I do have it, actually.
Thanks very much. Please welcome to the stage Miss Mel Primus.
Before I want to say my speech, give a trigger warning. It's kind of fucked. Sorry. So I just sort of, when we were creating the show and going through it, sort of, it kind of became a thing where the term what could go wrong, it's pretty ironic in this context. I think the fine line between highlighting the cracks in the armour of this sort of phallocentric war machine we all live in and giving people permission to laugh at misogyny, it's a fine line. And when you think what could go wrong, fucking everything that could go wrong has fucking gone wrong. So my first year I was working at a school, and I worked in a school in Rockingham, and during an activity on consent there was a girl in my class and she just said, hey, put your hand up if you've ever been sexually assaulted. And I kind of, I didn't, condone that activity, but she said it, and the entire class, they were all girls, they all put their hand up. Every single girl in the room put their hand up that night, and my initial response was just, hey, shut the door. That was literally what I said. I said, just say, shut the door, so no one can kind of hear what we're talking about. I didn't really have the resources at that time, it wasn't that long ago, to start healing. So we just sort of sat there and we all cried, but we all cried behind this closed door. And in, I guess, reviewing the jokes that we've gone over tonight, we're I'm unconscious of intentional error, but like a cis, white, able-bodied person, I've probably fucked up a few times and laughed things off that aren't really fucking funny. I think we all have. But I carry with me this education that comes with those privileges that they've left me in a position where I can disrupt the system wherever possible. And so that kind of begins this journey that we embark on, where we find that, there's some things that are kind of funny, like that Peter Parker, fucking Spider-Man, can sell pictures of himself to the newspaper for cash, but I can't have an OnlyFans. And it's not just because people aren't buying it, it's sexism. And that, you know what, and she's going to fucking love this, proceedings of the National Academy of Science have proven statistically that female hurricanes are more deadly than male hurricanes, not because of their force, but because people don't evacuate. They are less scared of a female name than a male name. If you Google schoolboys, you can shop for uniforms in schools in your area, but the time I Googled schoolgirls, the fucking IT department came to my classroom and told me my laptop was shut down for Googling porn. kind of fucked, right? But then, you know what? You continue to disrupt, and you find out that 2.5 million girls are at risk of early marriages by 2025 because this pandemic, you know, has created this economic crisis in third world countries that we could never comprehend. It's predicted that 10 million girls will never return to school because of the pandemic. They miss out on life-changing sex education, and in third world countries, the leading death in women between 15 and 19 years of age is childbirth. So that's absolutely incredibly important education that they're missing out on. Statistically, Indigenous mothers in this country are having their children taken from them at a higher rate than it was during the so-called stolen generation. Some people are saying it's a second stolen generation. I'd say it's the same one continuing, because guess what? Saying sorry means you don't fucking do it again. And suddenly that responsibility seems too big, so I stand around and I'm like, let's laugh at queefs. My bush. Like, hilarious. My bush. No, my bush. No, it's literally my bush. My bush one. And then you think, you know what, I'll get it in little tiny bits. So I'll say to the guy at my work, he says, I've got to go home now, my wife's going out, so I'm babysitting the children. And I'm like, babysitting? It's not babysitting if they're your kids. And I'm like, got him, patriarchy, won it. But you know what, every woman behind those closed doors, the same ones I spoke about earlier, they know someone who's been abused, but it's weird that I can't really think of any men that are abusers. So I'm just wondering if they're behind a different door. So in the classroom that day, that door stayed closed, but then the next day, that girl who's initiated that conversation, she ended up being put by DCP systemically back in the home with her abuser. And we tried to fight it, but I don't know, we just fucking couldn't. I have no answer, that's just an anecdote. And then in 2021, Grace Tame, she was named Australian of the Year, and she stood at the microphone in front of the nation. She spoke out against her rapist. She beat down a door that confined her, and if it weren't for Tarana Burke, who started the Me Too movement, that door would probably have been padlocked. So I'm not just horny for feminism, I'm horny for consequences, I'm horny for change, I'm horny for justice. Yes, thank you. 2 days ago, a former liberal political staffer spoke out publicly about being molested by a male colleague in the weeks preceding the 2019 Australian federal election. She was 24 at the time, found herself inebriated after a night out with workmates. She left a bar with a colleague, returned to Parliament House, fell asleep on a couch, and what happened behind that closed door is now being discussed and debated on a national scale, and it was today in the cover of the newspaper in my fucking staff room. So Scott Morrison's wife told him, hey, look, kind of think of it like you're a dad, like you're her dad. Like, what do you think of that? And look, this just in, man of daughter realises that females are human. I've got all sisters, and the thing that you hear quite often is people going up to my dad at parties and saying, oh, you poor thing. Or they'll say, oh, what have you, oh, I've got sisters, 3 sisters. I'm like, oh, your poor dad. No, my lucky dad. My dad is cool. You don't have to clap. He is though. I promise you. Woo! Go run. So this speech is actually not thank you to us, like, funny queefs. It's actually a thank you from girls behind closed doors everywhere for those who carried that labour of leaving any door open just a tiny slither. We're going forward thanks to Reclaim the Night, then it moved to Stonewall, Slutwork, Me Too, BLM, and then a special thanks to those who fight politically, because we know that feminism without structural transformation simply brings those who were previously excluded into a system as misogynistic as it was before. And to all the men frantically wondering if she remembers, she does!
This podcast is brought to you by
Juju Reusable Period Care,
the Australian-made Period Cup,
reusable cloth pads and period undies,
better for your body and for the planet. I love my Juju.
As a matter of fact, I've got it now.
So we'll do another out of her story as well.
Okay. Sorry, I just really wanted to drink some Ural.
I honestly feel like
is on fire.
There's like a fifth person in this fucking podcast, and it's your UTI. You're like it's like the fucking Heather Locklear guest starring for like 5 years.
I know. I just can't stop wearing wet bathers. I can't.
Swampy.
I'm addicted.
All right. Question number 1. I don't see what this has to do with feminism, but it's here anyway. Eileen Wuornos was an American serial killer and sex worker who murdered how many men in Florida between 1989 and 1990 by shooting them at point-blank range?
That's hard. I'm say 11. I have no idea why.
You're not right, but you're close.
Oh, hello.
Mel?
Okay, this is the Charlize Theron movie Monster. Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Storm, South African. I thought you would get this. It is 7.
It is 7?
Yes, you have to watch Monster. She earns that Emmy.
What, are you just saying I was close to 7 because I said 11 because it rhymes? Like, it's not even that close.
Don't question me, all right? I'm the host.
Fair enough.
Upon facing her execution, Eileen decided declined her last meal, instead opting for a cup of coffee.
Oh.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. I'm here all night. Question number 2. On average, Australian women have to work an extra how many days a year to earn the same pay as men for doing the exact same work?
That's hard.
Yes, Storm.
It's like at least an extra 2 weeks, right?
Go for days.
Oh, okay.
So you're going with 14?
Oh.
All right.
Hello.
14.
Okay, firstly, 2 weeks is 10 days.
You're so right. Capitalism.
I'm going to say... Okay, no. I'm going to say... I feel like I've heard 8 days before.
You're not correct, Mel. You said 14, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so no points to anyone. It's a whopping 56 days.
Oh, well, fuck off.
I know, boo. On top of all the other shit we have to go through. Question number 3. Feminist advocate Gloria Steinem once said, if men could get pregnant, abortion would be a sacrament. With Gloria's sassiness in mind, please finish the following sentences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a sentence each. Okay, so Storm, I'm going to give you the first one. If men lactated, breastfeeding would be what?
An Olympic sport.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, Mel, if men ovulated, menstruation would be what?
Sold at Coles? I don't know.
Let's give that one to Storm.
What? Menstruation sold at Coles? I know. I was thinking of quail eggs.
No, but to be honest, no, look, you might be right. Like, everyone would be, like, into it and stuff, like...
Don't count your quail eggs before they've hatched, Mel.
I accidentally hatched so many quails. You have no idea.
All right, Rock, when you're ready, spin the wheel. Yeah, do you know what? I think it's time for clam jams. Okay,
what a coincidence, Deirdre Chambers.
So Clam Jams, commonly known as Name That Tune, is the first contestant to buzz in and correctly name the artist and song that will receive the point. When the wage gaps are ready...
This is why they get paid less.
Yeah. I feel like you really, really misunderstood the point of this podcast when you said that.
Take it away, wage gaps. Yes, Storm.
Oh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Very good. Look, as a lactating woman, I understand the idea of push it. Push it real good by salt and pepper.
Very good. 1 point for Storm, please.
Okay. Oh, God, he keeps talking.
Shut up, Fontanelle.
I don't know why this baby can speak. It's clearly a newborn, and it keeps saying, "Oh, that tickled." Fuck!
I know. It's saying you can't hear it, but it's literally speaking, and it's saying this tickles with her nipple in its mouth.
If it's tickling anyone, it's Storm.
Yeah.
All right, song number 2.
No, I'm wrong.
Mel. Storm.
I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I crumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not here. If I had high chalk. I think we both get a point for that singing.
Yes, Storm.
That's Macy Gray.
Correct.
Crumbles? What the fuck is it called?
Oh, no. Mel, would you like a shot?
Is it? Yes, sure. Is it called
God, she's good.
I Try?
Correct.
One each or both?
One each.
Oh, go on. Throw them around.
That is a banger.
Okay,
It's
song
such a
number
good
3.
song.
Any
some
ideas,
sort of a clue?
girls?
Hit me with a Samboy chip. I don't know. I have no idea.
Can we have a small clue?
Yeah. Oh!
Hello? Oh, Missy Elliott! Oh, fuck.
She didn't buzz.
What's it called?
She didn't buzz.
It's called She Didn't Buzz.
Why do we have rules, Jill?
To control the fun, Jill.
Don't try me, Mel. Mel, would you like to answer?
Is it called Work It by Missy Elliott?
Mel.
I nearly said Missy Higgins. Shh.
I
She
can't keep my
wishes.
clothes on, it's so hot. All right, we got another one going? All right.
Oh, good.
Sensual.
Hello?
I might say Mel.
Is it Sade, Smooth Operator?
Well done.
It's
Sorry.
Smooth Operator. I said smooth. I just have bad diction. Even though I had braces.
All right.
You guys are amazing.
I know. Give it that. I must say, Loz, I've known you for a while and I didn't know that you could play the sax like that.
I played basketball on a
Oh my
team with
God.
her. I didn't know you could play anything. No, that was a joke. She's so much better than me.
All right, Rock. Take us through a
Please,
spin.
God, get stripped.
It's pitch, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
Excellent.
I don't
All right.
remember that one.
I was really hoping we'd get away without that.
Okay, so pitch. I will select a well-known personality who identifies as female and let the contestants pitch to you in the space of a single minute why this female should be Australia's next Prime Minister. Once these idiots have stated their best case, we will let you decide who the next Prime Minister will be. Rock, would you like to take this question?
No.
Just kidding, darling. It's about the women. Storm, you're up first.
Oh, fuck you.
I've
All right.
decided.
You got to go to that microphone, apparently.
Okay, I'm literally wearing nothing but a baby, but sure.
That's on you, literally.
Okay, Storm, please explain to the audience why you think Natalie Imbruglia should be the next Prime Minister of Australia.
Give me.
I've heard she's torn. When you're ready,
I said you're. Okay.
Not Natalie.
Did you hear that? Fontenelle loves you, Mama. Okay, girl,
That
your
tickles.
time starts now.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty happy that I got Natalie Imbruglia because I've been pretty obsessed with her over the last couple of weeks. Because just a couple of weeks ago, she won the Glamour Award for most sexiest singer alive. And then literally the next day, there was a death hoax, and everyone said that she was dead. And then the day after that, it came up on the same magazine and said, no, death hoax, she wasn't dead the whole time. And I don't know what the fuck happened there. How you can go from sexiest woman alive to dead in 2 days, but I do feel like that is probably the sort of joie de vivre you need to be in the Labour Party in this country. So let's go with that. Okay, also, baby from a sperm donor, that's fucking cool. Also, she knows how to run away from a fucking disaster. Daniel Johns, who has the name of his worst band tattooed on his neck. He has dreams tattooed on his neck. And I think
your time is up. Very good effort by Storm. I'd be nervous now.
I would just like to apologise that my campaign speech did not pass the Bechdel test.
That really was.
Oh, that was really good.
Okay, Mel, please take the stage and I will let you know who you're playing for.
Well, I hope my one had a death hoax.
Please explain to the audience, Mel, why Mrs. Doubtfire should be the next Australian Prime Minister.
Well, no, okay, sorry, I'm going to throw this one. I don't give a fuck. As much as you might be thinking, like, cool, Mrs. Doubtfire, trans icon and ally. No, Mrs. Doubtfire can get absolutely fucked. She gaslit the absolute fuck out of Sally Fields. I'm sorry, but Sally Fields came home one day and Mrs. Doubtfire was like, with goats in the house, and she went for full custody to protect her children, her own children, and then Mrs. Doubtfire fucking coerced her into thinking she was some Scottish fucking, I'll be honest, MILF, and put a pie on her face and was like, hello! And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but Sally Fields should be going for full custody! Woo! Oh, and no death hoax.
Great pitch, Mel.
And also, like Pierce Brosnan was hot. So,
Oh my God, who would rather?
Fields.
Sorry. Ew. Disgusting.
Please give it up if you think Natalie Imbruglia should be the next Prime Minister.
Give him Daniel Johns, people. Daniel Johns!
And let's hear it for those who think Mrs. Doubtfire.
Don't.
Not a pee.
Don't you dare. Thank you.
Mel, it's like one of your staff meetings.
Yeah. It looks like no one's left in the middle.
Okay.
That was the Natalie Imbruglia album. Whatever.
No one knows any other song but Torn, you idiot.
It's true.
Rock Bottom has given me the signal that sadly time is up.
Hashtag time's up, isn't it just?
How did they go, Rock? We can't see from here. Who's won?
Very, very close tonight, guys. Storm is on 12, Mel on 13.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Yes!
It was the decider of who is going to bear the brunt and the shame of wearing that sandwich board in Yagan Square next week. Mel, congratulations, Storm. We'll see you next week.
Come, y'all.
Well done, everyone. You've managed to get us to raise $60 for charity. I'm sure that will be positively life-changing.
Indeed.
May I take a moment to thank our gorgeous male familiar, Mr. Rock Bottom.
And I'd like to thank our wonderful band, the Wage Gaps. Not to mention our fabulous, very handsome tech crew on the back.
Oh my God, ring 'em. Stop.
And, of course, the woman who's kept this whole hot mess together, Dr. Gill.
Thanks very much, guys. You're too fucking kind. Of course, none of this would be possible without these lovable idiots beside me. So give it up one last time for Mel and Storm.
A little bit weird. It feels weird to be a contestant sometimes when you just want to be a little bit more real. Ow, that was my teeth. So, usually when we finish this podcast off, we wish our viewers, our listeners at least, to have a good week of being a yes woman. And I'd like to kind of do the same thing tonight, but I want to maybe go a little bit further into it. So we're so incredibly lucky that we get to do stupid shit like this. Like, we get to be silly, and 99% of the time we don't take stuff very seriously. But the concept of being a yes woman is something that is so important to me, and it's, I think, really important to all of us. Women say no politely because it's a bit scary, and saying yes is safe and it's easy. Saying yes is so risky, and no is really safe, and maybe is kind of like a bit of a cop-out. And women say no because we question ourselves so much all of the time, because we feel that we're like unworthy, or we're uninvited, or we're unconfident, or we're unsafe. And that's maybe one of the biggest things that the patriarchy has ever done, is that we discount ourselves. We uninclude ourselves from things before anyone even asks us. And that's really fucking shit. Being called like demure and submissive are compliments for a woman. Still to this day, and that fucking blows my mind, that being quiet, or even better, like acting a little bit dumb, has actually been a way to win hearts for centuries now. And whereas men can have attributes like being loud and clever and funny and outgoing, and people respect that, women not so much. Like, we're taught, and then we see it, that men will get intimidated by that. And women as well. Like, that's the thing. It's like women will also be like, I don't know why you're acting that way. And so we dial ourselves down. and we say less, and we speak softer, and we say yes to the wrong things, and we say no to the wrong things. And I feel like the generation that I'm in, and maybe everyone feels the same way, I don't know, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like it's very fucking weird, because I'm young enough that I know that that is just such bullshit. Like, I don't want to be fucking demure. I don't want to be quiet. And if that makes me unattractive, then I don't want you to be attracted to me. Oh God, but I am old enough that there's another part of me that I feel like I'm a fucking ornament. And I feel like that's something that's like in my fucking DNA. I feel like I am a hopeful subplot to someone else's life. And it makes it weird. I'm so fucking angry at men, but then I'm so angry at myself because I see the way that I look at my worth and how I judge that on the way that I look and the way that I act. But I expect other people to do differently to me. And I'm so mad because no matter how clever I am, how smart I am, how much I know and I want to know and I want to fucking learn, I seek the approval of my oppressor. That's such a weird fucking feeling. I feel like I'm sort of stuck between these two camps, and neither of them feel very comfortable, and both of them feel very alien. And I don't know how I get out of that. I read something that a really, really brilliant black rights activist and environmental activist wrote a few weeks ago. Her name is Marie Beach, and she talks about the danger of the dichotomy of good and bad, because it's so easy to look at people that are racist and homophobic and sexist as bad people. We're good people, so we don't do that. And racists are middle-aged women called Karen, and the Trump supporters, and sexists are old, powerful men and guys on the internet that keep asking where like International Men's Day is, and we're better than that. We don't do that. So we're good people, and they're different to us. But the biggest, so much just everyday hurtful, horrible fucking prejudice comes from apathy. And this idea of good and bad and us being good, it just means that we set the bar so low for ourselves because we're proud, and we don't then have to look at our actions and our thoughts and why they are there, and we never actually have to fucking change anything because there's just like always a good reason why you were an arsehole, right? I'm not a bad person. It was just that one time, or it was just that night. And I'm just so fucking tired of men saying that they're one of the good guys. In the last year and a half, 2 years, I've had one partner just completely unsupport me through a fucking abortion, to the point that I thought I was fucking crazy. But he eventually did pay for half after a few months, thank God. I've had 2 guys tell me that they say they were using a condom when they weren't, which, if anyone doesn't know this, in Australia that's considered sexual assault. In other countries that's called rape. And I've had a boyfriend verbally abuse me in public to the point that I went home and pretended I was having a shower and fled in the dark of night because I knew if I did one more wrong thing, it would probably become physical. Just on fucking autopilot. And the really shit thing about that is, firstly, so many of the women in this audience, or even the women on the stage right now, or people listening to this podcast, would just be like, what the fuck, that's nothing, bitch. And they're right. Like, I'm not some unlucky girl. Like, I'm just not. But the other really shit thing is that all of those men call themselves feminists. They spoke to me about stuff. They listened to this fucking podcast. They're the good ones. You know, they're the good guys. And I guess I'm just left with not knowing exactly where I fucking put that. Because as I stand, this very fucking privileged, white, straight, able-bodied woman, all the shit that even I fucking have to go through every day to be heard and seen in the way that I want to be fucking seen and heard. I think the biggest cross I have to bear is that I am sexually and biologically and hormonally attracted to a gender that doesn't respect me, that doesn't hear me or see me. It doesn't give a shit. It's just fucking apathy. And I mean, what do I do with that? I become a man hater. I stop talking to men, and that's a fucking weird thing as well. So like, when a woman becomes a man hater, that's what it means. They just take a step back and they don't deal with men anymore. When a man hates a woman, they hold them fucking closer and they fucking destroy them. Let's have that as our yes this week. Let's say yes to the fact that good, it's not fucking enough. It's not good enough to be good. We have to be better. Let's say yes to evolving. Let's get horny for fucking change. Let's get horny for learning things. Let's get horny for fucking being better. And I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. This is our last night, and let's fucking have one last yes. Yes, girls, yes.
What big clip energy. This podcast was brought to you by
Juju.
Okay. This podcast was brought to you by
Juju Resu. I'm gonna do
reusable. No, this is funny. This is funny as fuck. This podcast was brought to you by
Juju Reusable.
Start again. This podcast was brought to you by
Juju Resume.
This podcast was brought to you by
Juju.
Oh. No, you speak into the... Okay, you say it then, yep.
This cop.
This car. This cock was brought to you. Okay. This podcast was brought to you by Juju Reusable Period Care.
The Australian-made menstrual cup.
Better for your body and the planet.
Reusable cloth and something.
Excuse beef. Have anybody got any large juice?
This is why we don't have any sponsors.